Davis Alexander, a 5-0 start to his CFL career as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, and Davis Alexander continues to get it done in different ways. Didn't pile up a lot of yards through the air last week, but obviously completing a high percentage of his passes, making the plays with his feet when he needed to.
A little over 200 yards passing, but ran the ball well. And you heard the studio talking about when the defense is clicking the way Montreal's is, it takes some pressure off the quarterback too. Sean Thomas Erlington faking to him, and then coming in to take it is Tyson Philpott. Second down.
And here's a look at Davis Alexander's week 1 against the Toronto Argonauts. Nice job distributing the football, spreading it around. So that deep ball early to Tyson Philpott. Good to see chemistry between those two guys. Philpott having missed the back half of last season.
From the Alouette 52 and a 2nd and 10, looking to the right again, caught. Second catch of this young game for Tyson Philpott. And enough for another Montreal first down around the Ottawa 45.
And Tyson Philpott just doesn't miss a beat. Good on the outside, right side of your screen. Just hooks it up, giving his quarterback a good target. Ball is out on time. Nice move to make the first man miss with that little spin to the outside.
Much talked about the brilliant start to the season, first half of the season last year, before he went out for the rest of the season with a foot injury. Couple of catches so far. He had 4 for 48 yards and a touchdown last week. With lots of time, Alexander throwing, and an open receiver too. Philpott again down inside the 25, so a busy opening drive for Tyson Philpott. Alouettes in business. Alexander has to start deep in his zone at his 2, but Montreal will take that. Redblacks still with no points on the board. Throwing to, it is the fullback. David Dallaire is working his way out near the 10.
Amy Berglund in return for a touchdown.
So there you go. He got another chance. Play fake. That is complete. That's Tyler Sneed. First down there on Tice. 2nd down and 10 from the 12. Alexander with time. Completes it underneath the Tice, who spins. But Javon second quarter. Running back Sean Thomas Erlington. And it is tossed by Schultz deep and open. And it is Tyler Sneed being chased down and hauled down just inside the Ottawa 5. Biggest play of this game on offense coming from Davis Alexander, finding Tyler Sneed, the 3rd-year Al receiver.
And Tyler Sneed, another Alouette receiver who battled injury last season.
23. The ball
making his presence felt early here in 2025. Just taking the hole in the middle of the field. Davis Alexander lets him run under this one.
Well, Robert Priester takes a penalty, but he saves a touchdown here too on a 65-yard catch and run from number 85, Tyler Sneed.
Positions.
That is caught. Another catch on the night for David Dallaire. The clock here at TD Place. Alouettes with the ball. It's a 2nd and 5 for Davis Alexander under pressure. Shuffles it off there to Tyler Sneed. Another big play of this half. He gets taken down, and another flag for a horse collar, just like that big reception he had. So a penalty will push them even closer to the Ottawa Redblacks end zone.
Major foul, horse collar tackle.
You see Tyler Sneed start off in the backfield. Little check release basically to a screen. Let the rush come upfield. Get the ball to the receiver in behind. Pretty unique on the execution with the chest pass there from Alexander, who's hustling downfield trying to get a block. Tyson Philpott, by the way, doing an excellent job getting on his man to allow Sneed to get to the sideline.
That one went 35. The other big one went 65 for Tyler Sneed, having himself a half. Taking the handoff to Tice, dumping it out to Philpott. Inside the 35 of the Alouettes with a 13-point lead. Off to the left, coming in. And it is James Letcher who, because
his primary role a little different.
That's caught quickly for a first down. And that is Sneed again. 5'7" Tyler Sneed, who plays Well, he punches way over his weight, doesn't he? He likes to get in, mix it up, and the blocking, everything else. A tough receiver, too, and he's had some big plays in this first half. One for 65, another for 35. Under a minute to go until halftime. Throwing again is Alexander. It's his new favorite receiver. He's got James Letcher. That's 2 catches for Letcher, who has had 4 catches, as mentioned, his entire CFL career heading into this drive.
Yeah, top of your screen is Letcher. Return specialist, but demonstrating that he is not a one-trick pony. In terms of that Ottawa general manager, Danny Machocha.
Started his career in Hamilton. Throwing again.
That snuffed out Ottawa drive.
Might have a chance for 3 more here. Alexander looking around and puts it underneath to Thomas Erlington for Davis Alexander to go work, and look at what he did. Pretty good first half for the Owls QB.
Yeah, early on it was Tyson Philpott on some quick hitters. Then it became a little bit of the Tyler Snead show as the first half unfolded. A couple of big catches from him, putting him over 100 yards in the opening 30 minutes.
Alexander comes into this game 5-0 as a starter. That is the best start by a CFL quarterback since Bo Levi Mitchell with Calgary, who started at 7-0 to tie Jeff Garcia. Danny McManus, it actually started with Winnipeg. He played sparingly, went to BC, and Danny Mac won his first 8 starts, leading the way in that category.
You'd never go wrong with Danny Mac.
You never can. Former colleague of ours, too, by the way. 8-0 start. Alexander is trying to go to 6-0. And looking good so far as Mack has that one. Austin Mack, the star receiver, especially in his first year back in 2023. The year they went on, won the Grey Cup in Hamilton over Winnipeg.
Yeah, Austin Mack parlayed that 2023 success into a second look from the National Football League. Spent the first part of last season in Atlanta.
To get them back in it. 2nd down and 7. Caught first down up to the midfield stripe is Austin Mack. Another catch for Mack. First down for the Owls up to the gain of 12.
Yeah, Mack, the lead receiver. That trips formation into the boundary. Good quick hitter there. We haven't seen the deep ball to number 81 yet. That was such a big part of his 2023 success, but got a feeling that shot could be coming shortly.
But a yard shy midfield play action pass. Alexander, lots of time, and it is caught down at the 35. Mack again. Another first down as the Alouettes see the Redblacks get closer, and they're quickly on the move.
Watch Mack on the left side of the screen working across the field. The conversation this week actually with Ottawa receiver Justin Hardy, similar to Austin Mack, a guy who spent some time in the NFL before coming north. And one of the things he talked about as an adjustment is telling young receivers coming up to Canada to play to slow down, sometimes understanding the spacing on the bigger field. You saw the pace there with Austin Mack.
The quarterback draw as Alexander just takes off and he slides, and Darius Pickett was in. They're saying it's late as flags are flying now, and it looks like Pickett is the one coming in on Alexander, and a little scrum ensues after that as tempers start to flare.
Well, it'll be interesting to see which way these flags go, as there are a few of them on the ground, one for the initial shot and then others that came down with the pushing and shoving at the end of the play.
Pierre-Olivier Lestage went right after Pickett. Right as Alexander slides on this short play. He was clearly giving himself up, and see Lestage there immediately pushing Pickett.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing this in slow motion, and this is a call that I always feel a bit of a challenge with. There wasn't a headshot there to me from Pickett. He's kind of turned sideways. He leads with his shoulder in the chest, and believe me, I expect the Montreal guys to protect their quarterback. It's like protecting your goalie in hockey. You're gonna get in there and get after him. But in terms of the flag, I mean, Pickett's got to make a decision probably as to whether he's going to commit to the tackle just as early as Alexander is committing to the slide. I think it's hard for him to not hit him in that situation. I really do. It's a tough call.
And it's still being discussed by Ben Major and his officiating staff. And Ben's got the notebook out. You know what that means. We're not just talking one penalty here.
No.
Jason Moss looking for an explanation as well.
There's 3 fouls on the play. The first one is a major foul, roughing the passer, Ottawa number 6. The second foul is a player misconduct, 15-yard penalty, Ottawa number 23. The third foul, major foul, misconduct, 15-yarder, Montreal number 81. The net result was going to go up 15 yards from the end of the play. It's going to be first down for Montreal.
Beside him. He's to throw. Moving around to his right, looking for a receiver. He finds James Letcher. And James Letcher finds the end zone. Alouette receiver James Letcher with the touchdown.
A couple of return touchdowns for Letcher last season. And he kicks off 2025 with one on offense. He's lined up to the far right of your screen, just working underneath. A couple of deep routes around him, clearing out some space. Nice effort from the diminutive Alouettes.
This night, Letcher has 3 catches for 30 yards, including this. Another touchdown for the Montreal Alouettes as they increase their lead to 26-11. Some pressure on that Ottawa defense now. And coming in is Letcher. Busy time of it, getting the starter receiver.
And teammates quicker who they might not be in the same position with. He says you're playing for someone that's not yourself, and that's what this bird's nest is all about.
And the team-building exercise shows on the field, too, and the character of this Alouettes team. That's a big strike from Davis Alexander to Austin Mack as they're up now by 18 points, and there's a 47-yard pickup.
Yeah, fake the hitch. Mack runs through, goes deep. Alexander hits him over the top for a big gain into Ottawa territory. A game that very quickly here in the first half of the fourth quarter went from being a 1-score game to a 3-score game in the Alouettes. Ended up playing a little bit for them last year before coming over to Ottawa in the offseason.
Little screen pass to Tice, has the momentum. Tice inside the 20, gets down to the Redblack 15. There's a first down for Montreal.
And there you see some of the quickness and burst of Travis Tice taking off upfield after catching the screen pass. A couple of good blocks out in front.
You know, sometimes when we talk about these preseason games, and they met here in the preseason 2 weeks ago, very few. Tice is one of the few that played that night.